What's up, guys? It's Ol here, and I'm going to bring you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and this time I'm actually going to be profiling heroes. Now, I built this deck, it's a really cheap deck, and it's really fun. I used to love playing Elemental Heroes as a kid. I had a fusion deck, it was great. So I decided, when I saw people top YCS with heroes, I was like, you know what, I want to build it too. And, well, here it is. It's pretty kind of the standard, it's not Bubble Beat, but it's kind of the standard hero build nowadays. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and this is what I'm using, and it actually does really well. Testing on DN, I've done really well against many decks. Yeah, I don't fight E-Dragons on DN that much, but every single time I did, which was like 3, I've won them. And it's all due to one card, which I'll show you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. So here it is. Obviously, 1 Stratos, it's the Searcher, it destroys back row if you ever need to, and yeah, it's Stratos. You really can't say much, it's just amazing. 1, 2, 3 Neosalius, beater, fusion with Miracle Fusion. Really simple stuff, kind of staple in this deck. 2 Bubbleman, those special summons, and then sometimes the top decks are just way too good to pass up. So I do run 2 Bubbleman, and it's really good, so yeah. XZ summoning with it's really easy, fusing for absolute 0 against Mermails, all that stuff, it's just really good. Next, I have 2 Photon Thrashers. Again, it's really good for XZing stuff. That's what the meta is nowadays. You have to XZ, so I just run 2 Photon Thrashers. It's really simple as that. It's really good. It's even a 2100 beater if you ever need it. It's just a great card. So, yeah, 2 Photon Thrasher. Thunder Kings. Oh my god, Thunder Kings. Last format I had an anti-meta deck, and I had 3 of them. I just stopped so many decks, and it still does. That's why they bumped it down to 2. I don't have any high rarity of it, but I don't care. It's just a really good card, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This card is amazing. It stops searching from Mermails, from Spellbooks, E-Dragons, everything. It's so good. So I just run 2 Thunder Kings. Next, I have 1 Honest. Honest is honest. I really can't say much. It's with all the light targets I have in this deck, which is... Let's see, I run, I think, 11 monsters, and... Wait, hang on. Yeah, I run 11 monsters, and I believe 7 of them are light. So yeah, I always run Honest. It's so good, it wins games. Even with the Shining, so yeah. Then we have 3 Miracle Fusions. Top decking this thing is absolutely amazing. It's the best card. It's one of the best cards in the deck. Easy, it's just... It wins games. It's pretty much it. You top deck it, you usually have a play. It's so good. I love this card. There's really... Yeah. Next, 2 Super Polys. I've seen people run 1. I prefer 2. 2 is so much better than 1 as... sometimes you need to get rid of your opponent's, threats. And, this can be a dead draw sometimes, especially when you draw... Actually, when you draw 2, it's not as bad if you have something to fuse with, because you can just ditch the other one. But usually, sometimes it is a bad top deck, or just a dead draw, but it's still a great card. It's so reliable. I think this is really consistent. I was looking for consistency in this deck, and this is kind of what I came up with. That's pretty much it. I just like 2 Super Polys, not 1. I've seen people run 1. I like 2. Okay, so this one is kind of the thing that goes for debate. I only run 2 Gemini Sparks. The last people who've topped YCS have always ran 3, but I like 2. I think 3 is too much of a dead draw. I switched it for, I believe, a Compulse, and every time I draw Compulse, I need it, which, would have been a Gemini Spark otherwise, and I just think it's too much of a dead draw. Even though with Shining's recycling, with all the recycling, with Hero Blast, you can run 3, I still think 2 is a better number. It's just way more consistent, you don't draw it dead. It's a great card, but I think only 2 is needed. 3, I'm still testing with 3, but I think I'm going to stick with 2. I like 2. So yeah, 2 Gemini Sparks. Of course, then we have the search cards, 2 E-Calls, 2 Rhoda, a Rhoda, simple as that, so search. 2 dualities for consistency. If you have a bad hand, usually Poly Duality really helps you out in this deck, so 2 dualities. 2 MSTs, because I like destroying back row. Back row is always a problem, especially when it banishes my shit, maybe macro or... This deck doesn't get hit too much by banishing, but when it's too much, I can't fuse, so that could cause a problem. Although it can just XZ and then just push for death, but still, no back row is great, so 2 MSTs. And then we have the Holy Trinity, And the last limited card is Book of Moon. Book of Moon wins games against E-Dragons, because when they summon Big Eye or Draco Sack, you just set this down, then you XZ or fuse the next turn. Every time I played E-Dragons, I drew this card. And every time, I won. It's so good. And then when I went to locals yesterday for the sneak preview, I dueled some people. Like, guy summoned Garunix. I just looked at face down with Book of Moon. He couldn't do anything. Next turn, I just drew Alias and attacked it. It was great. I mean, then he summoned Baram, but like it didn't help him because I had Bottomless face down. So yeah. Next we go for the traps. Solemn Duo, obvious. I mean, yeah, no explanation. Two Bottomless trap holes. Two Bottomless is too good. I love this card. I mean, you have to run it. It just gets rid of huge threats. Gets rid of Graph, gets rid of any Mermails, that like a Megalo. Although it doesn't really stop Mermails, it does stop Ophion, especially Ophion. Evil Storms are such a problem against this deck that, I mean, every time I do it, I just have a problem. So Bottomless is such a good card against... Oh yeah, also Book of Moon wins me games against Evil Storms, which is why I like it. It's just... It just helps me win, or keep me in the game, because this card... Oh man, I hate Ophion. But yeah, this card's great against Evil Swarms. I mean, unless they pandemic it or whatever. But still, it's still a great card. Just, I hate Evil Swarms so much, you don't understand. Two Mirror Force, because great against Mermails. Any deck, 6 Sams, any deck that just goes off, 2 Mirror Forces, like, great. So, yeah. I only run 1 Torrential, even though Mermails explode, Sams explode. See, that's the thing, that's the only thing I can think of that just really explodes onto the field. So, yeah, I mean, I only run 1. I think 2 isn't necessary. Maybe I'll run 2 in the whole E-Dragon set, especially with the whole Draco Sack and Big Eye thing. I hate that thing. So maybe I'll run 2. I'm thinking about it, but right now 1 is a good number for me. It's been doing well. But yeah, Locals was really fun yesterday. Hero Blast, people don't run it. I run it. I like it. It gets Aliases back. Yeah, sorry. It gets Aliases back. I just like the card. It destroys things. I don't know. I just like the card. 1 Deep Prison. I would run 2 if I had to, but I don't have 2. Although 1 is still fine. I don't mind having only 1. It's still a great card. It banishes really big threats, and that's it. I mean, you need a lot of back row in this deck. Compulse, too good. Too good. Ophion, bye-bye. Any big... okay, I usually side it out against Mermails because it doesn't do shit against Mermails or Windups or anything. But, it's just such a good card against, like, Ophion and decks that use big monsters. I love it. It's... Especially the Xying. Even, like, maybe I'll even keep it against Windups, like, too, because they summon a big XC monster. I'm like, nope, go back. It's simple as that. It goes over Zen mains. It's just a great card. I love this card. I love it so much. Like, this card is so good. I can't even explain it. People say it sucks, this format. Maybe when E-Dragons come about, which is like next week, so maybe I'll just take it out. But I love this card. I love this card. So, yeah, Compulse. And then last but not least, Starlight Road. I have an issue with this thing, so maybe I'll explain it later. But, yeah. Next we have is the extra deck, which is, 2 Shining, yeah, Absolute Zero, Nova Master, Escuridao. I pulled this yesterday in Start Pack, because that was the only thing I didn't have, and I pulled it yesterday. It was great. Tree Tornado, Gaia, Stardust. Stardust for the Starlight Road, obviously. I mean, just the elemental heroes against every deck, it's not. Then I run Excalibur, Blade Armor Ninja, Cowboy, Maestroke, Polydynamo, Utopia, and Shockmaster. Wait, yeah, Shockmaster. Shockmaster's great. I actually get it out a lot, but I mean, I don't think the only thing I might take out is Utopia. I don't have an Abyss Dweller or a Black Ship, so that's my issue. Like, I don't own them, but like this is still a good extra deck. Like, as long as I take out Utopia when I get either an Abyss Dweller or a Black Ship. So now my side deck, and side deck is where my issue comes in. I don't know what to run. Okay, I mean, I exactly know what, but alright, first of all, Facile Dino, good against E-Dragons, good against, I mean, I know E-Dragons haven't come out yet, but that's what I've been preparing for. Good against E-Dragons, good against, Mermails is not too bad. It's good against just any deck that explodes. It's really good, and yeah, I love this card, it's great. Next, 2 Snowman Eaters, pretty much for Ophion, because unless they have Forbidden Dress, Pandemic doesn't save it. So, yeah, I run 2 Snowman Eaters. It's literally just for Evil Swarms. And then, again, decks that have, like, big boss monsters, which for some reason I can't think of when I, like, just seen a lot of them. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a great card. I run 2 in the side deck. 2D Fissure to banish things. Simple as that. It's so good. I mean, this deck doesn't get affected too much by banishing it, a little bit, but not too much, so it's fine. And yeah, if I ever need to run this, I will. It just counters so many decks. Extra MST. Extra MST is always good. 2 Soul Drains for Mermails. Dark World. I fucking hate Dark World too. Oh my god. Fuck Dark World. That deck sucks. I hate playing it. I've like used profanity. I fucking hate Dark World. You don't understand. It's awful. I mean, I run 2 of these. It's great. It just destroys everything that uses the graveyard. It's even good against Fire Kings. It's set against my friend's Fire Kings. Grunix was useless. I was like, fuck you. So yeah, love this card. 2 Mind Crush. Destroys the searches. If you have this and T-King and like T-King and this and face down, the guy just can't search. It's so good, it just stops things. 2 Shadow Imprisoning. I fucking hate Dark World, and then fucking hate Evil Swarms. So these are necessity for me. And then it's good against Inzectors too and Infernities, because those are popular now because they topped at YCS New Jersey. So yeah, good against Dark Things, and those are like really going to prominence. Breakthrough Skill. That's if I really need something. I mean, if I really need to counter an effect of something. I don't use it too much, but when I do, it does come into use, so I think I'm going to keep it. It's not a bad card, but it stops Ophion, it stops anything from, like, heavy infantry, prevents it from going off Dragoon, anything like that. It's a good card. It's not the best. I think it's overhyped. I think this is actually overhyped. But it's not bad, so I do run one in the side deck whenever I really need it to like destroy those effects that I really cannot do anything against. And then another Compulse for fucking Evil Swarms and Dark World. No, Dark World's useless, what am I saying? Or like Evil Swarms and just another thing with big boss monsters, like wind-ups and yeah. And then I also have this discrepancy. I don't know what to do, but I used to run Dark Bribe and Absolute Zero. Now with Dark Bribe, what I usually did was I sided out to Starlight Road, and then I put this in, and then put Absolute Zero, and I switched to Stardust. This is for like decks that did not have a lot of back row, so they weren't afraid to. No, they had a lot of back row, so I wouldn't be afraid of them heavy storming it, because they had their own back row, like the Fire Fist. Oh yeah, Fire Fist is those shits that Compulse stops. And anyway, sorry, I'm just keep forgetting everything. But with Dark Bribe, decks that are back row heavy, just they can't, they won't heavy storm or show until tribute because they usually just explode and stuff, except maybe Fire Fists. So I usually put this in, so you know, because Starlight's kind of dead in those decks. But I took it out because I got 2 Mind Crushes, so Mind Crush is just better. So, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave these 2 out. Because Mermails aren't going to be prominent. Because I basically cited this for more Mermails. Because Mermails are like the best deck. But now they're not going to be so as prominent. So I think I'm just going to, I'm going to keep what I just built. Which is just, you know, take out the Dark Bribe and the Absolute Zero. And just keep the side deck as it is. So, yeah, that's my deck profile. Sorry, like, if I even rambled. But, I mean, I actually rambled a lot. But that's not the point. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. By the way, I won this mat at regionals. At locals yesterday. I won it, you know, because I got the sneak preview mat, and then I entered my name in a hat box thing, whatever they had. They pulled 2 names. It was actually me and my best friend that got it, which is awesome. If you guys saw my sneak peek opening video, me and my friend got it. It was awesome. We both got this mat. It's so sick. It feels so nice. I love it. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Main deck, extra, side. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I love this deck. It's so fun to use. It's really anti-meta. And yeah, like I said, this deck is just awesome. Like I said, wow, I keep repeating myself. It's anti-meta. It's really great. It's fun to use, and it's still viable. That's what I love about it. It's just a really good deck, and it's really cheap. It didn't cost me a lot to build. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Oh yeah, also don't forget to leave feedback and tips for the deck. I'd love to see, you know, what you guys have to offer, what you guys could say, you know, what I could put in, what I could put as my side deck. My side deck is what it needs working. So if you guys have any recommendations for my side deck, can you please tell me? Because that's kind of what I'm testing. It's kind of hard to do when, especially on dueling network, which people just don't side. It's just usually a one-on-one, not a match tool, just a single duel. So yeah, guys, if you can leave feedback, that'd be great. Tell me how my deck is, what I could fix, what you think is better, stuff like that. So yeah, again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later.